they do this shit as a hobby. You want this hobby to turn into a business.
Certainly,
Most people don't want their hobbies to turn into a business. They want them to be hobbies forever. So they do shit like they do this, and then on the side they work at their family job.
Yeah, I do this on the side.
Yeah, I'm in the family business. And it's like, but you really want to do. No, I appreciate it. Hey, that's how I go. Welcome to the I Don't Care What You Think podcast. We don't care what you think. It's your host, Doughboy, and I'm here. I am holding this. This is called The Cool Guy, right? This is called The Cool Guy. This is like a comic and a manga, like all in one. Like think about like Samurai Jack meets like I'm gonna get it right. Afro Samurai. You feel me? Meets Black Kid. Our host today is the author, the creator, the writer, the illustrator, the creative mind behind it. BW, correct?
Yes, sir. Yep. Thank you.
So, first question, where you from?
Neptune, New Jersey.
Yo, you're the first person I ever met from Neptune, New Jersey. I'm not lying to you. I ride through Neptune. I never stop.
I'm from Red Bank, too. Both Red Bank and Neptune. Mainly Neptune, though, for sure.
I don't be over there at all. Nowhere near.
I just wanted to make sure I shouted out both sides. That's all.
I got you. So, because of that, before we even get into your book, so how's life?
It's amazing right now. I ain't gonna lie.
It's amazing.
I live every day the way it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man.
You being from where you from in your part of New Jersey, how was it growing up over there? Because it's slightly different from what certain people in other parts of New Jersey see on a regular. Mm-hmm. So how was life for you?
It was great.
It was great?
I grew up as an only child, so like I kind of just
spoiled.
You said what?
Spoiled. Yeah, spoiled. Yeah.
I mean, I was spoiled, but I still had to work for what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't get everything that I wanted like right away. I still had to work for it. But it was great. My parents, you know, they raised me the best way they could. They made sure they took care of me and did what they had to do. And got a brain fart, hold on. But yeah, they took care of me. They made sure my life was straight, man. Definitely. And I can't thank them enough for, you know, always looking out for me and, you know, supporting me, because where I'm at now is because of them. Most definitely.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that.
So shout out. Where the camera? This is the one that's looking.
That one yours right there.
Shout out to my mom and dad. Man, I love y'all very much. Thank you for everything.
Yeah, yo, we love y'all too. Cause like if y'all ain't do what y'all did, you know, in y'all private time to make him, we wouldn't have got this. Right? So now my question to you is, what inspired this?
Oh my God. So back in Red Bank, right, had a bunch of friends. A lot of them. We all used to chill in my backyard and all that. Just hang out, do random stuff all the time. Just having fun, just making stuff up. And then one day, we was at my one friend's house, and his little brother comes outside, right? And he just does like this gesture. Like if you look at the last page in the book, you'll see the gesture I'm talking about. He does a thumbs up and he winks and he smiles. So I was like, when he did that, I was looking at him like, yo, like that's something like what a cool guy would do. And at the time, I was like, yeah, that's a cool guy type of thing. Because at the time, I was young, so I was just on some bullshit or whatever. I was like, yeah, that's cool. So I was like, yo, like, cool guy. And I was like, we should start playing a game called Cool Guy. And it was like, all right, cool. And then I was like, I'll be cool guy. My other friend, he said he wanted to be Shorty. That's what he made his name, because at the time he was mad short too. And then my other friend, she was like, I'll go by the name of Skinny Princess. But in the comic now, as you see, it's abbreviated to, well, actually, I don't think her name's in the book, but like it's an abbreviation to be SP. So I feel like it was just too much it was like a long name. So I was like, I ain't doing all that. So I just abbreviated for the series. But we created the game, we started playing it, and it was like, we need a bad guy too. So I was like, all right, so how about we just make a bad guy called the Purple Lady? And that was pretty much all that right there. And my friend who was SP,
mm-hmm.
her sister was Purple Lady for like 20 minutes because she got mad because of the fact that the game was basically, oh, you see the bad guy, run away from her. instead of like trying to like fight her or anything, it was like, oh, just run away from her. And her friend, like her sister, got tired of that. She was like, I'm not trying to be like having to chase y'all and all this. Like, it's not fair to me. So I was like, all right. So Purple Lady just came imaginary. And then I'm also the only other character left from like when we played outside was my dog at the time. His name was Peanut. He passed away 2 years ago. I had him since that time. If it wasn't
Damn, R.I.P. Peanut.
yeah, most definitely, Lil Bro T. Everyone knows, man. You know, but if it wasn't for Peanut though, I ain't gonna lie, I probably would have never even met none of my friends there. So like he was like the main reason because they came over to see him. And I'm gonna shout out my boy Alexis and Yasmin because those are the two ones that came over at the first day. They're SP and Shorty. So like those two, they mean a lot to me. It's like my friends from over there. I got plenty of other friends too that mean a lot to me as well. But shout out them. Obviously, you know, I fuck with all y'all heavily. I love y'all. I'll see y'all soon, hopefully too. But that story, it goes a long way. And then after we started playing the game and stuff, I was like, because I was drawing obviously at the time too. Mind you, I'm like 6 or 7 years old, right?
Okay.
Six or 7 years old, yeah. And I started drawing it. I'm like, all right, yeah, this is cool. At the time, I was only drawing Cool Guy though. I didn't really have a design for Shorty and SP. I kind of had a design for Purple Lady. It was just like a girl with a crown on her head. I never at the time because as you see her now, she's a ninja.
Yeah.
I didn't have that idea originally. So it was just like I kind of just drew everything out. I kind of just played around. Cool Guy's original design was probably it was based off of Sonic the Hedgehog and Indiana Jones.
I can see the hair.
That's
That make
the
it
thing.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
I didn't even the inspiration for his hair didn't even have anything to do with Sonic or
That's
anything.
crazy.
I kind of just like one day was just doing shit and it just came to what it was, and over time I just kept on drawing them and it came to what it is now. But I keep on drawing Cool Guy. It was kind of just like my own personal thing. I showed my mom, my grandparents, and all that, but I never really like showed it too much, especially in school. I showed all my other artwork, especially like my Sonic work, Star Wars. Yeah, I was mainly just drawing Sonic and Star Wars at the time. I remember that was pretty much it at the time. But as time went on, I still was drawing Cool Guy, but I was keeping it so secret.
Mm-hmm.
I just never really wanted to show anybody my stuff, which is what comes to, it builds up to like what I am doing now, where like I'm showing everything and it's like, it's doing well. I was like always so afraid to show my stuff, but nowadays like it's completely different because now like people are like showing that they love my shit. I'm like, wow, this is great. But to get back on the Cool Guy stuff, speed through everything, go to freshman year, or actually 8th grade, going into freshman year. I'm still drawing Cool Guy occasionally, you know, just having fun with it. I told myself, I was like, yo, like, I've made many comics about Ninja Turtles and all the other characters I like. Why not just make something for Cool Guy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I did that. I made the concept art. I don't know if you can cut this part out, but like, is there a way like I can send you the actual original picture and like you can have that in the video?
Yeah.
All right, so yeah. It was like that summer of 2016, I do the concept art for Cool Guy. I draw Cool Guy, Shorty, and SP. And I also have the Purple Lady and a P-Clan Ninja Warrior on the side as well. So I have all of them. And I have Peanut too. He's there as well because he's a part of it. So I drew it and I had their names down there and all that and like what they're about. And I was like, all right, so this is what I'm gonna start off with. I draw the comic. All the original comics that I drew, they're all on lined paper. So that's what I used to use because it was easier to like write the dialogue because the lines were there. So throughout freshman year all the way to, I'd say, junior year, I made 4 comics. The first one was the origin story. The second one was the origin of I don't know if you've seen him, but the lion, the name's Kenshin. It's like the big, powerful, like the strong lion character, him. The third one is about an assassin called Jessica, which she becomes a part of the story and the team later. The fourth one is about the Wolfman. And then the fifth one, which is the one I still haven't even touched, but I'll probably do everything over. I'll get to that in a second. The fifth one is like the final like end to the story of the original story that I have. So what I'm doing right now, that book right there that I just made, all that is just a book to like introduce you to like what I was doing. It was just a project just to see how it would do. I wanted to see if people would like it and it's like these characters in it. Fortunately, it worked out. So with that book, it's all a dream. It's Cool Guy's dream. He's having a dream about fighting the Purple Lady, and at the end of it, he gets his leg cut and he can't fight anymore, and he falls down and he gets defeated by the Purple Lady. But as soon as she like does that quick swipe to like kill him, he wakes up and to the reader, it shows the reader that, oh, he's just a kid. He's 16 years old. He's in high school, and he's having these nightmares of being killed by the leader of the P Clan because of the fact that she's out for him because that's a whole different story too, because the fact that he's the leader of the team, he has to have that fear of like always having to make sure, and that responsibility of having to lead his team while also, making sure that he keeps himself safe and sane and alive and all that while still trying to be a kid. Yeah. The whole Cool Guy thing, like the main thing that I've worked on is all it is just kids just trying to be kids and just having fun. But now since they have these powers that they got from the P Clan, which is even more like detailed that I'll get into if you want to hear that, they get these powers and now they have to like they once they like do their first like heroic actions for the city, they realize now that they're the heroes of the city and they have this responsibility. But it gets to a point later in the series where they're like, I don't want to keep on doing this because I just want to live my life and be a kid without having these responsibilities and possibly ending my life because I'm trying to like take out all these ninjas and all that stuff, But it's definitely I forgot where I was even at because like it's so much. It's like so much that goes into this that like it's really hard to like keep it all together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let me stop you real quick. Yo, you left no room for a question. You answered. Yo, you answered every question.
You should have told me to stop, man. My bad.
Nah, you good. Nah, I appreciate that. Because I'm sitting here, I'm like, damn, I ain't even get to ask him about the story. He just started telling the story. I said, damn, I ain't even get to ask him, dude. He got illustration. He like, yeah, I was doing Sonic and shit. Like, I appreciate that.
No, yeah, I got you.
That's your favorite sneaker?
Yes. It's the shoe that he wears.
That's why I asked you that.
I purposely wore these today.
I fucked my head up when I looked at it. And I was like, that's why I was looking at you like that when you was talking. I'm like, and this is the picture that made me realize it. The one in the back. And I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? I'm like, all right, that's some shit.
I'm really into sneakers too. It's you about to say something? I'm sorry.
I think that's dope that you incorporated your real friends.
Yeah.
That you started all this way. Even if you don't speak to them no more, even if you still speak.
Definitely do.
No, I'm saying even if you didn't, like the fact that even if they never see you again, they'll see this and know, yo, he think about us.
I wanted that to be the point.
And that's the whole thing. Like, yo, I ain't seen him in like 40 years. Damn, yo, we still in the book. You ain't. I mean, now you know it's gonna come a time you might have to kill him off though. You gonna let them know ahead of time?
I mean, I feel like it'd only be right to do so, yeah.
I'm just saying. The team can't stay together forever.
That's true, especially when they get older,
Yeah, so it's like when it's time to snip one, you gonna call them or you just gonna let them be surprised? Like, you killed me! Like, how you gonna, like, you gonna let them know?
I probably will have to, yeah. I don't keep up with them as much as I would like to, but
yeah,
we all good. They all know that I'm doing what I'm doing. They follow me, I follow them. We still talk here and there, but I hope they're doing good for real, definitely.
Yeah, man. The first one you got problems with, that's the first one you kill off. I just want to let you know that. The first friend you fall out with, you kill off in the book. Get it out the way. I mean, waste no time.
Sounds like a plan.
So other than Cool Guy, you got any other original IPs?
Currently working on as of right now, it's just an idea still because obviously I'm more focused on that. It's called Boss Cat. It was originally just an idea that came off of a story poll on Instagram. I was like, yo, like, give me like two things and combine them into one and just put that in a poll and like I'll pick my favorite one of which one that y'all sent and I'll pick that one or whatever. And the one that came up, the girl, she put in Boss Cat. I was like, all right, cool. So I did that. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do a cat that wears a suit and he wears like glasses. Like he's like a businessman, but like he just has like mad aura. Like he's that guy basically. And so far, all I have is like a few drawings of him. He like walks around with a suitcase that says catnip on it. Like that's like his that's his thing. He usually, I remember telling my boy Zane over there, basically like his one thing that he like his gimmick is he smokes the catnip. He rolls it up and then he smokes it like his gas or whatever, something like that. But that's really all I got right now for him. It's still a work in progress. It's really mainly going to be on like some Charlie Brown shit. Like it's going to be just comic strips. It's not going to be full blown stories. It's just going to be like quick little 4 to 5 panels of like storytelling, and it obviously will probably like have like a little joke at the end or something. And that's really it. That's all that is, yeah.
So, you ever thought about doing animation?
When I was a kid, yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about this period, like with the Cool Guy, like just small, like not even the whole story, just bringing Cool Guy to life, animated wise.
That's my dream. Before I started the comic, when I was doing Cool Guy as a kid, it was always my dream to make him into animation. I remember I used to be in the shower when I was a kid, and I used to like, I used to portray everything in the shower like I'd imagine it. My mom used to be so mad. She's like, "Why are you in the shower for so long?" Because I'd be like, just acting out everything.
In the shower, like, ha ha ha.
I was in the shower for like 30, like almost to an hour sometimes, just portraying like the stuff that I imagined in my head. I used to make up like concepts where I was like, "Oh yeah, there's a Cool Guy movie coming out," and that gets to like the front page of that book, where it says Action Toon Comics on the first page.
Yeah.
When you open it up, and like when I was a kid, like I always wanted to like imagine like I had a channel. So like while I was in the shower, I like acted out like I was like on some Nickelodeon Cartoon Network stuff. Like, oh, like up next here comes Cool Guy. Up next here comes. Because at the time I used to just make up these random cartoons in my head too. I had one cartoon, I think it was called, I don't know, it was a dog and cat type of cartoon. And then I also make like my own renditions of Star Wars cartoons, Sonic cartoons, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, all that stuff. And they'd all be in the same TV show, like TV channel or whatever. And that's where Action Toons came from. So I was like, all right, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. And that was pretty much all that was. And now I'm making it into like my own like independent comic company where it's like it's Action Toon Comics. So that's where that came from though, yeah.
So that's the umbrella you want to put everything under, Action Toons?
Pretty much, yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I was supposed to get back to the animation part, yeah. What I thought was, because like one of my main like people that I look up to is Kevin Eastman. He's the creator, co-creator of the Turtles.
Okay.
Ninja Turtles. Both him and Peter Laird, they started off making comics, and then eventually they met a guy. I think his name was Mark Freeman or something, and he proposed an opportunity for them to make the cartoon, which was the '87 Turtles cartoon. So I was like, all right. I was like, how about I do this instead? Let me make the comic first, make all the characters and all that, and then eventually, if things work out, try to find like an animation company or something like that. But as of right now since I have the art account and I have the comic, I'm kind of just going a route now where I just want to do just the comics. But eventually, if it comes down to it where I can do an animation, cool. That's the main goal, is to make an animation, make movies. And one of the main things I always want to see is like just one day randomly, sometime in the future, I just like walk in the store randomly and I see a random kid with her mom or dad just wearing like a Cool Guy t-shirt. That's my end goal.
That'd be fire.
I just want to see something like that. Like they don't even know who I am. Like I don't want to be famous. I want to be known for what I'm doing, but I don't want to be on that status where I'm like too big.
Stan Lee. That's what you want to be.
Pretty much.
Like, yo, I'm known for all this, but y'all ain't seeing me and fainting like I'm Michael Jackson. Y'all still treat me like a regular human.
Exactly, man. Yeah, like even famous people, we all human. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's better than me. I'm not better than nobody else. You know what
I
I'm saying?
respect that, man.
Definitely,
That's a humble way to look at it.
Like I was telling my boys on the way here, the only thing you'd see once I start making some money is some new chains and shit. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Some more Supreme bracelets and all that.
Told them
You know
I
what I'm
never
saying?
tell nobody I'm rich. You'll see signs. I'm gonna be in this bitch.
That's it. Just the
I'm being this
signs,
bitch hovering through the whole interview. Like, yo, why you not sitting down? Hey, I got to hey, I'm rich.
You're gonna see me with an all black C6 outside. Too.
See, you feel me?
Everything,
Like you
tints,
want
all
to. So
Definitely,
I respect that. That is one thing I can say about you from speaking to you so much. You not just doing things. So many people got hustles and they be like, oh, I'm doing this, and they just making it up on the fly. Yeah, you set it down to where it's like, yo, I want to do this. I want to do this. If I do this first, then I can do this second. Like even when we was talking off camera and we was talking about the whole anime thing, and I was like, yo, it's done. Like the whole story is done. Like Demon Slayer done. Like whenever it's animated, it stops on this year. Like there's nothing else. There's nothing else written. Don't care how successful this get. It stops, right?
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like with Cool Guy, I wanted to be on like some regular show. You know, regular show, the cartoon, regular show, Adventure Time.
Yeah.
Those like two of my all-time favorites. Those like they mean a lot to me on so many
Adventure
levels.
Time, my shit.
Yeah. I want Cool Guy to be something where it's like, if it does become like a series, like 5 seasons, done.
Done.
And then once it's done, it's remembered but respected at the same time. So like, it could be over with, but people still gonna talk about it over and over again as time goes on. Maybe a reboot or something might come out, but I don't really do all that.
You know what you need to do if you really want to achieve that goal when that time comes? You gotta have it. You gotta have your ending already written. Because so many people aren't prepared for something to be successful. So like you'll write, say you wrote 3 seasons of this. So most people will put it down like, yo, it ain't going nowhere, so they never finish it. No, finish it. That way when the person comes to you, I sold you season 1, I sold you season 2. Mm-hmm. It's only 4 seasons. I sold you season 3. How much you think I want for season 4? Because you know this it after this. So how much is you willing to give me to close this show? Because if you don't, it's just going to be stuck on season 3. So just complete the story and have it completed.
Just like the Boondocks, man, I swear. I really wish we got a season 5 of that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but see, the problem with him is he never planned on stopping it. After, you know what I'm saying? So when they got into their argument and it was like, well, then I don't want to do it no more. It's like, yeah, but if you would have had it end and it's over, we wouldn't be going through this. Like, it's so many people begging. Like, all my friends hope that Demon Slayer keep going. I'm like, nah, that's done, baby. You got your last 2 movies in. We packing that up. They like, nah, they can open it back up. Nah, because then you're not going to respect it. It's not the same. Like, one of my favorite TV shows is the show 13 Reasons Why.
Okay.
That was 1 book. They had to go back and make more seasons. So he had to go back, reopen up this old-ass book, and continue the story. 13 Reasons Why is 1 book called 13 Reasons Why. Season 1 is the entire book. Each chapter is an episode. So when they was like, hey, man, what you think about another season? All right. But I gotta write that. And then it's like, yo, what about another one? It's like, yo, you know I wrote 1 book, right? Like I have 1 book that y'all asking me to. But, money talks. So I can tell you no until it's $400 million. And then it's like, oh, God, of course.
Like,
how many more seasons? I give them 2 more.
How about I'll give you 3 more?
Yeah,
like,
you know
like
what I'm saying?
LeBron,
But when you know a product that you have, which is why I respect your product so much, you have a product and you have a plan and you're sticking to it and you're not wavering. Granted, ain't nobody also waving $20 million in your face yet, but you're not wavering from the plan because you like how you just said, my older brother has a clothing line and I asked him to do an interview on this platform. He said no. And I was like, why? He said, because I kind of don't have that kind of clothing brand. And I was like, what you mean? He said, mine's is the what you got on, but he can't tell you where he got it from clothing brand. Mm. That's how you is with this. Like, I know what this is. Like, this is mine's. I want you to know I make it. Yo, where can I get it? Sold out. Like that. Like, once it's gone, it's gone. That's that kind of thing. And it's like, that's what makes it a collector's item. That's what makes it a collector's edition. I go to Comic-Con every year and I look for the same Batman story and can't find it.
Which one is it?
Death of the Family, when he killed everybody in the Bat family.
Okay.
And cannot find it. And it came out decades ago. And I go to Comic-Con every year and go to every comic booth and ask them for it.
How much it go for nowadays, though? I'm assuming it's probably a lot if you can't
I
find
just want to know if they got it. I don't even like. I know I'm in there with not enough money. Right? I just want to know if they got it or whatever. And,
just to hold it. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Just to
because
look at it.
Like,
take a picture or something.
the Joker kills everybody. Like, and so I was just like, yo, I need the. And they be like, nah, we ain't got it. Nah, we ain't got it. I just be like, damn. And I'm a vinyl collector, and some vinyls just they don't come back. And so I have vinyls. I have an original Ray Charles vinyl from when he made it.
Damn.
Because he didn't re-release it ever again in any generation. So the vinyl look crazy. I'm like, damn, this shit all old. Still play though.
That's all that matters.
But that's why I really do appreciate it. And I like it. I'm not gonna lie, I like it. So for anybody who wants to do this, what advice would you give them on how to start this or what they should be doing with this?
Well, first things first, you gotta want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you can't just get up in the morning and say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that." It's a whole process. You know what I mean? First things first, though. Like I'll tell you it's called the website's called mmprint.com. That's where I went. It's just a small little company that makes that print stuff. They do like posters, books, all that. So I went there and I did all that, and that was pretty much the whole thing. But they make it pretty simple though. They're it was a lady, I forgot her name, but she makes it very easy. She gets response back mad fast all the time. So she made the process so much easier. But it's all about, like, to get back to like the original question, it's all about, you got to be motivated. You got to want to do this. Like if you don't have the motivation to do it, then it's not going to get done. You got to wake up in the morning. You got to tell yourself like, yo, you're going to do this. I'm going to do that. I've been doing Cool Guy, this art stuff since I was able to draw, since I was able to pick up a pen and pencil.
So how old is you now?
23.
Oh shit, that's what's up.
Yeah, I've been drawing since probably kindergarten. Honestly, pre-K, kindergarten. I was known for that in school, but I never really showed anybody. You know, like people would see it, but like I was always mad shy. I never talk. I still kind of. This is probably the most you'll ever hear me talk for real, because like.
I appreciate that, man.
I'm trying to get out of that, because I know if things work out, just like you, I'm going to be at these places where people are going to ask me questions and all that. I got to know how to be sociable and talk to people and all that. That's what I've been working on for like the past like 5 years now after I left high school. But I'm not going to lie, 2020 definitely kind of messed that up, because like we're so isolated. We're stuck inside and all that. Mm-hmm. But I'm still working on, I'm trying to get better at talking to people and all that. I'm definitely not afraid to say that, you know, it's something that I'm trying to work on, being more social with people and all that, and just trying to be more open and showing people like, this is what I do, you know what I'm saying? And I'm proud of it. So you just gotta put yourself out there. You gotta really want it. You gotta be hungry for it. With everything I've done so far, I still feel like I'm not satisfied. I definitely want to keep on going. This past summer, I had a video that did well. I'm sure it's your wife, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she saw that video, and that's like, that video helped me get to where I'm at now, which is 16K. At the time, before that, I was at 2K. So it was a big difference. Like all the people like you and a few other people have asked me for interviews too, but I just never got to it. But I knew, like, with y'all, I was like, yeah, this one seems the most official, because y'all got, like, and y'all close, too, so I can actually be here and, like, talk to y'all. But all that it came so fast. Like, I was like, this is crazy. And even still to this day, like, I know there's still more room for work. And I'm going to keep on going. I ain't giving up no time soon. This is something I want to do for the rest of my life. And I always wake up every morning, I'm telling myself, like, where I'm at right now isn't where I'm going to be at next year. It's not where I'm going to be at few weeks from now. Like where I work at is where I work at right now, but it's only, everything is temporary. Yeah. Everything I'm doing right now is only temporary. Things are only going to get better going into 2026 and for the rest of my life. As long as I'm living, I'm going to keep on drawing, just keep on doing what I got to do. to make sure that cool guy and everything that I want to make happen happens. And that's what I live by. I do everything for my dog, my grandparents that passed away. Rest in peace to them. But that definitely my dog. I got his tattoo right here as well. He's my dog. You know, like especially with being like the only child my whole life, he was there. Like he was my Christmas gift in first grade. He was with me all through everything. But yeah, I'm sorry, man. Hold on. He meant a lot to me for real, definitely. And I ain't gonna lie, like it's been hard trying to like manage life without him. Definitely, cause he meant a lot to me. Definitely, damn. I do everything for him, most definitely, you know.
I feel you.
Because he was definitely like my main motivation. He was always with me, no matter what. He seen me from the moment he came to the house to my graduation. Cause I remember when we graduated too, it was like you remember like it was like they had us like record everything, right? You remember that during the graduation? Yeah, I remember the video. We had like we had to record certain parts, and there was like a part where you had to walk out. It was like a walkout or something.
Yeah.
And I remember I had him in my arms. So I wanted to make sure everyone knew that this is my dog. Like this is who's been with me for as long as I've been doing this. But yeah, Peanut, he means a lot to me, and he forever gonna live with me in the Cool Guys series, and even just on my skin now too. Definitely, yeah. But I miss him very much, and I wish he was here right now. But dogs, unfortunately they just don't live for too long.
Yeah, man, they don't. I appreciate something you said. You said other people have hit you up to do interviews, but this was the one you chose. I appreciate that.
I got you, man.
And I appreciate that because a lot of people look at our platform and be like, damn, they do a lot of musicians and they do a lot of music. Honestly, they just the people who want to come up here. Because this is open to anybody. This is open to plumbers.
Word.
This is open to anybody that's doing anything from the state of New Jersey or whatever. Y'all are top priority over all my guests. So when I got that, and I was like, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the virtual style neither. So she was like, he live in New Jersey. I was like, for real? She was like, yeah. I just asked him where he was from. He said he in New Jersey. I was like, yeah, I definitely want to interview him. I was like, even though I would have did it virtually, but
it's better to be in person, definitely.
It's better. It's especially for when it's your first time. It's kind of like virtually you can run from being nervous because I'm not in the room with the person. But when you're in the room with a person, we had the small conversation over here. When you called me, I had to say Andy because I was doing the interview. But it's like small stuff like that. You can't get that virtually. Like when we meet is when we meet, and we got to break the ice and do an interview at the exact same time. You might not like my energy. Like you could have came in here and been like, yo, let me talk to my boys real quick, and then told them like, man, we leaving. I don't want to do it no more. And just walked out. You can't do that, Rich. You can't run. You here. Like you can't run. So I appreciate that you did choose this platform because people swear it's just for musicians. When I done had cameramen up here, I done had actors up here, I done had rappers up here, I done had singers up here, I done had Jersey Club DJs up here, I done had Jersey Club dancers up here. Like it doesn't matter. It's just I built this because, and the guy that just left, he was from the Bronx. That's why it was funny. Because he said, yo, I'm about to move to New Jersey. And I said, you are the reason why this platform was built. And he was like, how? I said, yo, we live next door to all these states. But all these states don't tell you that they all come here to do their business. All these states don't tell you they all come here to rest their head and raise their families and grow old. They're from New York. They're from Connecticut. They're from Philadelphia. But it's crazy that they live here. Right before people's eyes. You watched the Wu-Tang Clan saga. Mm-hmm. It was shot in East Orange. They didn't even use Shaolin or wherever they call the area. They ain't even use Staten Island. They used East Orange, New Jersey. Or Netflix building stuff downtown. Or I did an interview. I interviewed somebody in the same building Hulu's in. Hulu was down the hall. Like the actual where they edit the shows was down the hall. That's in Kearney.
It's a small world, man.
But you'll let a person tell you like, yeah, yo, I'm from New Jersey. If you go out of state and say you from New Jersey, they're gonna say you from New York. They don't even know it's a difference. And it's like, yo, all that New York shit is here. All them music videos you watch is here. All them animations, and they be like, yo, you know that guy's from New Jersey? He's from here. We like the Joe Rogan podcast. He's from Newark. Like the Joe Budden podcast, you sitting in his city right now. Joe Budden's from around the corner.
That's crazy.
Like Joe Budden's from around the corner from where we're sitting. So it's so you being from the state, I wanted to highlight that. I wanted to highlight that this young black kid that's doing his own comic. What do you consider this? A comic or an anime or a manga?
It's a comic. It's just a comic. Yeah.
Man, it's all that to me. It's all that to me. The art style is anime. It's all that to me. And the reason why it's all that to me because, like I was saying, like we don't have a culture for this.
Yeah.
You're just a part of this culture. Whereas anything else in life, whether it's hip hop, whether it's sports, we're a part of those cultures. And I appreciate that you did this. And you may not be the first, but you're the one I care the most about. Because you from my state, you was raised in my state, you born in my state, and you young. Most people ain't business savvy like you are. They do this shit as a hobby. You want this hobby to turn into a business. Most people don't want their hobbies to turn into a business. They want them to be hobbies forever. So they do shit like they do this, and then on the side they work at their family job and be like,
"Hell yeah, I do this on the side."
Yeah, I'm in the family business, and it's like, but you really want to do this.
Most certainly, yeah.
This is fire, bro.
I appreciate you, man.
This is really fire. And I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was more stories because I was gonna definitely ask you like, yo, what's up? I even asked my wife this morning before I left. I said, yo, what he bringing? She was like, just his two friends. And I was like, yo.
I definitely thought of bringing some of my old concept art, but I was like, I didn't know if I was going to. I mean, I probably would have had time to show all that, but.
If you ever want to come back and do it again and just want to show off your concept art, me and Andy is willing to help you. Like we did, we willing to help
definitely, you. Yeah. I could do that for sure.
I mean, because I just, it's a breath of fresh air because most people think, yo, you got to do music or you got to be an athlete. Yo, you took a totally different route. You do illustration.
The thing was, I really wanted to play football.
See?
That was my second thing. My whole life when I was younger, I just wanted to play football. That's it.
Did you play?
Huh?
Did you get to play?
My parents were really strict.
Because of my grades. They ain't rock, huh?
It was my grades mostly. It was kind of my fault, but at the same time, my grandpa
can't say nothing. Y'all was right.
My grandpa, he wanted me to play a lot too, but it just never worked out because my mom was kind of scared for me to play as well. My dad, he kind of did want me to play, but it just never worked out. The only time I played football was like outside of recess or like literally right outside the street of my house where I live at, and sometimes at school and high school and all that. I always wanted to play. To this day,
so you didn't want to play that bad because
I definitely did.
If you understand it's your fault why you didn't play, why you ain't never fix it then?
I was too stubborn, especially in high school. Like I remember telling my parents every story or like things that I did in high school that I wouldn't have told them when I was in high school.
Yeah.
All I did was literally just draw on my papers, and once I started cutting classes, I started getting into a habit of that. And then obviously, talking to girls too. I would like literally like find her like, yo, what's your schedule or whatever. I would figure it out so I can meet them at their classes when the bell rung, so I could walk them to their next class and just get to know them, talk to them, all that. Texting them late at night. I cared about school, but at the same time, I was just there for my boys and just to have fun, even though that's the total opposite of what you're there for. I still took care of what I had to do. I was always low-key. I always stayed quiet. I respected the teachers. They respected me. I respected the security guards. They respected me. I still did what I had to do while I was at school, but the care for the academics just wasn't there for me. All I cared about was art class and gym. That was it. I remember, shout out to my art teachers, Miss M and Mr. D, and also Mrs. D. They're two different Ds. They pushed me to keep on doing what I'm doing right now, most certainly, especially Mr. D, because I remember back in middle school, because he was in my middle school, but then he moved to my high school. He when I first met him, he would draw whatever you wanted, and I was like, how are you doing that? And at the time, I was still kind of learning how to really do what I wanted to do. So he kind of inspired me to really learn how to draw whatever comes to mind. So shout out to him. And like I said, shout out Mrs. M because she really pushed me. She saw what I was doing and she just went with that. And I remember the art show of like my junior year. She literally had a whole table just for me. Like that whole art show was for every kid in the school, and it was like just missing lane. Like everything was just all over the place. But she made sure I had a table for me. My cool guy stuff was on there, and that was like something big for me at the time because I never showed anyone my cool guy stuff. I was really nervous having it out there because I was like, I had all the concept arts and everything out there. I was like, hope no one takes it or whatever. Or like, what did they laugh at it or whatever?
Yeah.
Had all my other stuff too because at the time in high school I was drawing a lot of rappers. You know, my favorites like G Herbo, Trippie Redd. Remember at the time I had like a YNW Melly one too. 6ix9ine too. I remember at the time. Just I have a whole picture of like it's like the Last Supper. My teacher, Miss M, she told us she was like, take a classic painting and make it into your own. So I put the Last Supper with like God and all those people around him. I put all the rappers instead. I had at the time, to me, I thought J. Cole was like probably like non-biased because obviously my favorite rapper is G Herbo, but I told myself, I'm like, yo, like J. Cole is probably like one of the best out. He's like the God right now for like the new generation. And I feel like even somewhat of the old generation too, because he kind of gives that vibe for both of them. So I put him in the middle. I remember Ice Cube was on the left side, the right side from the old school. Like he was like the main one for that side. And at the time I was in the Chance the Rapper too a lot. So I put him right on the other side. And then there was a bunch of other people too. For the new school, you had Tyler, the Creator, A$AP Rocky.
My boy, I'm a fan of his.
Definitely, man. A$AP, Kodak Black, Trippie Redd, Wiz Khalifa. I think Drake was on there too. Quavo from Amigos. And then the old school side was obviously you had Biggie, Ice Cube, Eazy-E, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Run DMC, LL Cool J. All these people that my dad put me on because that's another thing. Rap has a very huge inspiration to me with my art. Also, as well as metal music. Like I definitely like guitars and all that shit too. Like
you like metal music?
See, that's the thing. People.
Now I'm just asking a question. You like metal music?
I got into it like 3 years ago, and I've always been into guitars. Like one of my other side goals in life is to learn how to play the guitar so I can like thrash out, do some crazy shit. Definitely.
All right. So when me and my older brother was just having this conversation because he got me into rock and roll music.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, you know what I could never get into? He was like, metal. I was like, how you know? He said, because I don't know what they're saying. And I can't get into that.
You got to have an ear for it.
What's the ear?
What do you mean by that exactly?
Like, it just sounds like noise. Like, it'd be like, yo, here's music. Now, let's add the metal band's voice. And it's just two cars just running into each other, like, for 5 minutes. And it's just like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
See, I do like one band I listen to is called Fear Factory. They're like an old one from like I don't even know what year it was. But
I know who they are.
Yeah, they got that crazy ass voice, like that deep, crazy shit.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to talk to Satan. Like I want to talk to you. Like, what the fuck is going on?
It just sounds hard though to me. I don't know, but like
you can't even explain the shit.
I can't. It's
it ain't even a rhythm to it. Like it's really just car crashing noise. Like and respect. I'm not judging you for bumping metal at all. Like, I mean, I might judge you if you bump death metal, but. Death metal too much. But yo, the metal is just like, yo, I get it. But then again, I don't get it. Like, I be looking at videos of them at the concert.
You ever seen that one video? It was like the one video where it was like the two security guards, they were like watching the show, and the guy that was on stage, he was like, what did he say? He was on some crazy shit, bro. He was like, here's a little song, right, about shooting blood from your cock, right? And then like the security guards are like, what the fuck? Like that's gang. Like the metal that I listen to, it's like that 80s, 90s type of vibe because I only listen to old bands anyway. So like it's kind of like just that thrash to like you just like Beavis and Butthead just thrashing your head to it. It's nothing really too. I wouldn't think it's too crazy, but someone else could probably think.
No, now I gotta ask the question. Yo, y'all bump it too? Y'all bump metal too? I can fuck with the rock. What about? Oh, never mind, never mind. So you so when y'all like in the whip, like he be like, yo, put that metal on.
I would never. I literally told them.
Like, man, turn that shit off.
See, the main thing though, I listen to rap the most. That's where I came from. My whole family, they put me on the rap, and then I kind of took off on my own once I got in high school with the SoundCloud wave. That's like my favorite. That's what I rap.
You found metal artists on SoundCloud?
No.
Oh, I was about to say what?
I'm talking about rap now, just straight rap.
Yeah, well, I could. You like Trippie Redd, which I just grew. He finally grew on me. It took a long ass time, but Trippie Redd finally grew on me. It was "Wish" was the song.
I kind of figured that song blew up again.
Yeah,
recently.
But before it was "Wish," the first song that I listened to from him that I liked a lot was the joint when he redid Busta Rhymes song and put Busta Rhymes on. I was like, all right, this all right.
That was a good song.
Yeah, and then I'm like, yo, this all right. And then it was no disrespect. Then it was a bunch of bullshit. Then I was like, this nigga's corny. And then I heard "Wish," and then I was like, oh, this is hard. But I didn't hear the acoustic version. I heard the original "Wish." I was like, oh, this is hard. Then I heard the acoustic version. I was like, he probably ain't never doing this again. This is the only time I'm getting this song.
Being a Trippie fan it's been interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
I got a boy that's a diehard Trippie fan, like a fanatic. Like he drop everything like Drake drop. Like he be like Trippie's coming out. I'll be like, all right, okay, my nigga. Like
I feel like after A Love Letter to You 3 is when he started to like just start experimenting. You know, A Love Letter to You 4, that one's good, but I feel like it just has a bunch of TikTok songs on it. Like, no disrespect to him, obviously. You know, I love his music, but that's just my honest opinion. But Pegasus was good. That's the one with the Busta Rhymes track on it. That one's good. That was a pretty good like comeback for him, I feel like. And then he also had the one just before that, exclamation mark.
I heard that one before.
It was supposed to be like a tribute to XXXTentacion, because it was like supposed to be this whole versatile album with like a whole bunch of sounds. That one was cool too. And then I forgot what he dropped now. I think what was next was it might have been Trip at Night. That was the Rage rap album. That one was pretty good too. And I feel like as of like recently, he's definitely trying to get back to his roots. Also, that was another big part of my art career so far. I drew a picture of him not too long ago when he had a mugshot. And I drew that and I made sure I mentioned him in it, and he actually saw it. He commented on it, so that was big for me.
Yeah, I know it was.
I was freaking out. I was like, "Yo, that's crazy, man!" Cause I was like, he actually he knows who I am now, you know?
Yeah.
But that was about it. I kind of I tried to be nonchalant about it a little bit because I didn't want people to be like, "Oh, like yo, he keep on talking about that shit, bro. Like, shut that shit up, man." Like,
nah, you talk about your achievements until the next big achievement.
Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, something I'm trying to get out of is like, I am, but I also don't. Sometimes I definitely do care what people think, but at the same time I don't, because of the fact that obviously like I'm doing what I'm doing. I want to hear what people say, but at the same time I also like I could sometimes I guess like I can say like I'll be afraid to like hear what someone has to say about me or whatever. But I'm definitely growing out of that though. One thing I definitely can say about myself is I want to hear more negativity towards me, because if someone's hating on you, you know you're doing something right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to hear negative things about my art sometimes. I want to know what I can do better.
So with that being said, you actually don't want that. You want criticism. You don't want to hear what's negative because, like you said, some of the times that's hate.
That's the word.
Yeah, because you like sometimes people just hating. They're still giving you the negative that you're asking for.
Yeah.
Because a person can hate on you and look hard as hell for the negative. That's a part of the hate. There are people who have watched this platform. This is not a joke. I favorite and like their comments when they say some of the most off the wall shit I've ever heard.
Too, yeah.
Like I share it. Like I love it. Like I honor that shit. Like, yeah,
Certainly,
you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping, nigga. Look at that, yeah. Cause you ever heard of the guy Chig Smooth?
The what? I'm sorry.
The YouTuber Chig Smooth.
I don't think so. No.
He got like almost 300,000 subscribers and shit. I interviewed him, and I had a take in his interview that they didn't like. One of the dudes left a comment. Mind you, I've been podcasting 8 years now, or whatever. It just took off like 2 years ago, but 8 years now. I interviewed him last year. When I interviewed him, somebody commented. They said, yo, this podcast is corny. It's not going to last 8 months. I was on year 7 when they watched that interview.
That's crazy.
It's like, but they left in the comment section, this won't last 8 months, and it's because of me. Because I got a co-host, he just couldn't make it. It's because of me. And I looked at it, I saved it, I pinned it. I put that shit at the top. Somebody commented, they was like, this is just so arrogant. Because I did that. They was like, this is just so arrogant. I pinned it. They was like, this is just so rude. I pinned it. Definitely. And then my boy like, yo, why you keep pinning all the negative comments? I said, they're looking at a video from a person who's been podcasting for 7 years, telling me I'm not going to last 8 months. I lasted 7 years.
Congratulations to you, man. Seriously, that's good.
And now you said you want to get into the business where you don't really care what people think about you. You want to I Don't Care What You Think podcast?
I forgot about that. That's crazy. It was meant to be, bro.
It was meant to be. Look,
it was meant for me to say that. Definitely, yeah. That's hilarious, bro.
So I agree with you. I'm down to take criticism too. Like, I have a boy. I told somebody else this. Every time an episode drop, he got a negative. I go hello. He be like, yo, that was corny. I be like, damn. Like, did you listen to it? Yeah, shit was ass. He'll give me his reason. His reason be bullshit sometimes, but he finds a negative in every fucking episode. Every his mama could be my guest. Yo, why the fuck you have my mother up there? Like, come on, son, damn. So I get what you're saying, but I get what you're saying. But you need some kind of criticism, like, because when everybody's just telling you, "Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it," and it's like, do you? Because I got episodes that I drop. I have episodes on my page right now with 30,000 views, and I also dropped the episode 2 weeks ago with 7. So how much do you love it? Because you love it, you ain't one of those 7, and you damn sure ain't one of those 30,000. So when did you watch this?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So with you, when did you buy this? Because I still got 15 left in the closet. And I've been to your house twice, and I ain't see it once.
Nah, word. I shout out my one guy. His name is Mike. He owns the comic shop that I go to that's local to me. Mm-hmm. I gave him my book, and he was definitely one of the main people that like really gave me like a whole description on like how it's supposed to be. Like I made sure I gave him a book because I'm like, yeah, he owns a comic shop. He's been doing this for years. Like he's going to tell me what's up. So
that nigga was the comic book guy from The Simpsons.
Bro.
He said, yo, go listen to this. He said, no. My bad, man.
You good, bro?
Yo, you was just writing the joke itself when you was like, I gave it to the comic book guy at the comic book store. And he gave me a paragraph on what I need to work on. What did he say, please? He was breaking that shit down like it was the X-Men. He said the problem here is your origin story is convoluted. You're like, bruh, it's 5 pages. He like, see, and the problem is, see, the love interest isn't really the thing. The thing. All right, my bad. Go ahead. What you say? All right, go ahead.
All right, what he said was what do you say? He said everything looks good, like the drawing, all that was cool. You know, he was telling me how there's actual comic artists that he's seen that would be afraid to do like what I did, like with the perspective shots, which was something I didn't expect him to say. He said that, but the only thing he told me to work on was my my dialogue and like my writing. So I was like, all right, bet. That's all I need to know, because this next book that's coming out, which I'm going to start working on soon, this is the origin story. Like, we're getting into that now. Like, we're getting into like how everything happens and how everything is going to be for the whole rest of the line. So I'm working on making sure that the dialogue is right and everything, the conversations through the people are right and all that. Because, and the personalities too. I was just talking to my one boy at work, and he was like, yeah, it's good to have something that people can relate to, characters that they can relate to, kids that can relate to
I
this.
just said this too.
Yeah. Like, I want to say Cool Guy himself, because that's his name. Cool Guy.
I like that name a lot.
It's just everything that you see in the series, like the names, like, I mean, the only true original characters that were made from when I was a kid was Cool Guy, Shorty SP, and the Purple Lady. Those are all childish names. Like, they don't make sense, but it makes sense for what it is,
Yeah.
But Cool Guy, he's the leader. He's the cocky leader. He's also like Finn the Human from Adventure Time. He just wants to be a hero. He wants to do right for. He wants to do what he believes is right. He still likes to have fun, fool around, do all this and that, whatever. But his main objective is to be a hero and just take care of what is supposed to be done. Shorty, he's the younger brother of Cool Guy, and he's just the goofy one. He likes to play around and do a lot of stuff and just all out, just goof around. So, and plus also his power, he has the speed. So like, I feel like a lot of kids, like especially young boys, like they're probably like, oh yeah, like I want to be just like him. I want to be the fastest one at recess, the fastest one, get all the girls at recess or whatever, something like that. SP, she's the cousin of Cool Guy and Shorty, but she lives with them.
I know what you mean.
I don't know what I'm gonna do yet for her origin story of like why she lives with them and where her parents are at, but she's the same age as Cool Guy. Cool Guy and SP are 16, or actually no, they're 15. And Shorty, he's 14. He's the youngest. And SP, she kind of is like the mom of the crew, but she still likes to have fun too. But she kind of just looks over Shorty the most, because obviously she cares about her cousin. She wants to make sure that they're good. They don't do nothing stupid. So she's kind of like the discipliner of the group. But at the same time, she'll still have fun and like not kind of like be the party pooper or whatever. And like, be like, oh, like y'all can't do this, y'all can't do that. But when it comes down to like, she'll have fun, but she'll also like still be that person that like makes sure everyone's still in check, in line and all that. I just feel like kids will definitely be able to relate to that though, because obviously there's gonna be kids that are gonna like Cool Guy because he's a leader. There's gonna be kids that like Shorty because he's fast and he's goofy and he has like I don't care attitude. He just loves to, be cool, and like also since he has the speed, he has the electrifying powers with his hands and stuff. He can do all that. So like I feel like kids are gonna like that too. And SP, she's definitely for the girls. Obviously, she's the one that the girls can look up to, being who she is and all that. Then there's also another character. Her name is Jessica. She comes in later in the series. She originally was an assassin hired by the Purple Lady to kill Cool Guy, but things didn't work out. Cool Guy and Jessica kind of had a thing. They're like, oh yeah, I think I like you back, this and that. But eventually that was found out, and the Purple Lady tried to just take her out, Jessica. And by the end of that story, after they have another encounter with the Purple Lady, take her out, do what they got to do, she goes back because Jessica, she's an assassin from Mexico. She is originally inspired by a girl that I had a crush on for like 1 week, and that was it. But I kept the name, obviously, because I was like, all right, yeah, cool, that's a cool name for her. But eventually she comes back, and Jessica's a part of the team too. Jessica, she's like the tomboy of the group.
Okay.
She's the hothead. She's a killer, obviously. But now since she's on the team, she kind of like calms down a little bit. She's the one that like, I guess she could sometimes be the party pooper kind of in a way, but she definitely how do I say this? She's just a more serious tone character in the group, but she'll still have fun. she's 17, 18 years old. She's like around that range. And then the last character in the series of that crew is Rex. He's the tech guy, the smart one.
Like
He
the
was-
comic book store guy you was talking about.
Hmm?
Like the comic book store guy you was talking about.
Yeah, we can go with that, yeah.
Nah, I just feel like being an asshole. Good.
Yeah, but
Now I gotta go to that store.
he's the tech dude. He lives next door to Cool Guy and them. And he has a secret lab underneath his backyard that he keeps away from his parents. Rex, he's like 17. He's like the oldest out of the crew before Jessica comes in. He's the one that like he's gonna be there in the story, but like he's kind of the guy where Cool Guy and them, they go to him to get what they need from him, like tech and like information, because he has cameras all over the place. He has drones, all that. He's the guy that they go to get information about the P-Clan, what they're doing, even just other criminals in the city and all that. They go to him for that. He also makes a robot named Kenny, and that robot, he kind of goes around and helps them do things and all that. But I'm trying to make him more into like one of the mainline characters too, because I just had like an idea a few days ago. I might draw it at some point, but I don't know when. Like I feel like Rex can be like a part of the team where like he fights too, and like he like makes like his own gadgets and like Iron Man or some shit like that.
I gotcha.
But yeah, those are like the main characters. Then you got the P-Clan, Purple Lady. You got Bo. Bo's like the second in command ninja leader of the group. Out of all the ninjas, you can tell him apart from the rest of them because he wears a bandana. He has like it's like a band of honor or something like that. So he wears that proudly, and like that's how you can tell him from the different of all the other ninjas. And obviously he's bigger than them too. And then you got Kenshin, the lion. He comes around a little bit later. He was created to just be someone to help with the clan, have like a bigger like mercenaries or whatever, something like that. The whole reason for like all this is I just tell you the origin story kind of in a way.
Yeah, do you think?
Yeah,
We about to close it with you doing this. Go ahead. Tell us story.
so basically the whole real story of Cool Guy is obviously they live in the city, and the city's already ran by the P-Clan, which is they take over and they do everything that they do, and they just kind of cause havoc, a lot of nonsense and all that stuff. And oh, got you. Okay. Obviously, Cool Guy and them, they're kind of tired of that. Mainly Cool Guy, he was the main one that kind of pushed the rest of them to kind of like go out and be like, oh yeah, we should try and stop them or whatever. And they're like, nah, you crazy, man. We just kids. We can't do that. But let me not spoil it too much because obviously this is all gonna be in the first book. But basically the P-Clan, they come from Japan, and they work with a top secret agency that makes this serum called Carnage, and it can make a super soldier, or it can like kind of like really mess you up or possibly kill you in a way. So when they were doing shipments to get the Carnage over to make Kenshin the lion, this all leads into the first book where Cool Guy and them, they're out and about late at night and they run into the P-Clan getting that shipment, and they're like, yo, like let's stop them real quick or whatever. Let's do this. Like let's actually make a stop to this. While in the process of doing that, obviously they're still kids. They don't they can fight, but like it's kind of like just street smart kind of fighting. So like they don't really know what they're doing as a team. They're like stumbling over everyone and all that, all the ninjas and stuff. And it gets to a point where they knock over some of the serum that was in like one of the box cartridges or whatever that they like were shipping out, and the whole thing just explodes because like the serum is like really flammable. Mm-hmm. I'm still trying to work on like how I want that to go, like how I really want it to be, but it blows up, and then they wake up like a few hours later and they're like, yo, like what happened or whatever. Everyone's gone except for them. They're still laying on the ground. And as they get up, they start to realize, like, you know, like, shouldn't we be dead? But they're not, because of the fact that now they have like healing factors that help them like heal up and stuff. Depending on the injury will depend on how long it takes for them to heal up, which will definitely be something that you'll see later in the series. But now they got these powers, which are the powers that me and my friends made up when we were kids. Me as cool guy, I told myself as when I was a kid I was gonna be the strong one. So he kind of just has like super strong ability, like he could just kind of like some Hulk stuff or whatever. But sidetrack on that, the powers have full potentials, which they'll eventually start to realize as time goes on in the future, realizing that their powers aren't just like regular powers. They like have even more meaning to them. Like they could, some like real boss shit, like some crazy stuff. But getting back to the story now, where like the powers, Shorty, my boy, he said, yeah, I want to run fast or whatever. So I was like, all right. When I started doing the comic and stuff, I was like, I'm gonna make you run fast, but I'm also gonna make you have the electric powers too. So like when you run fast and sometimes you charge up and stuff, you can like make electric and all that stuff. And then SP, she was like, oh yeah, I want to turn into any animal I can turn I want. So now I was like, all right, bet. Let me just do that. So now she turns into any animal she wants to, even prehistoric animals, all that stuff.
Like Beast Boy.
Pretty much, yeah, definitely. So that was that. So that's kind of like the main thing. And since that time, once they go out for their first heroic like action to help the city, the P Clan finds out, and she's like, and Purple is like, oh, all right, that's what happened to my canisters, my serum that I was supposed to use to make this lion to help like our super soldier help us out in the P Clan. So now her goal is just to take out Cool Guy, kill him and whatever. But in the end goal, it was to bring back her father, which passed away like 10, 20 years back when they were still in Japan, because he was the real true leader of the P Clan. So once he passed away, they moved to the U.S. to try and take over that. And with that Carnage serum, that's supposed to help bring him back. But as of right now, they're still just working their way up, making super soldiers. So at some point, they'll get ready to bring him back. So Purple Lady's main goal is to obviously make her father proud and bring him back so he can help, take over the whole U.S. and all that. They're starting off small. Obviously, they're in like what I call Neptune City.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shit, yeah.
I mean,
I fucks with that. I fucks with that.
Realistically, obviously, that's
that.
where I live at, obviously, so that's where it's at. But they'll do that, and throughout that time, obviously, they'll have their encounters with Cool Guy and all the other side villains and all that. But it's all about just them growing up, character development, learning how to work as a team, and learning how to, deal with issues that might be a little extreme for them as being kids, but they learn how to, as the series goes, they're going to grow. You'll see that, like, they'll learn how to work as a team better and all that good stuff. And like I said, I'm still working on everything, but in the end goal, obviously, they're going to face off against the true leader, her dad, Minko Gambino. They're going to face off against him. And also, when they do bring him back, he's going to go back to Japan real quick and bring back two of his old allies that he had with him, so they can come back and help him do that. And then in the end goal, they'll fight them, do whatever. Obviously, I can't say what's going to happen at the end, but I have another story after the original of all that where the P Clan is done. Everything's cool. They're chilling, all that. And but they do come back. And it's a big fight, like in the first story going into the new generation of what I have to come. And they'll get into a big fight in like this power plant or something or whatever. And they'll like kind of like how it was with the original story, where like they run into something, like they're like brawling out. They run into something like a teleporter thing or whatever. They knock it over, it explodes, and it brings them to a whole new dimension. So I was working on that story back in high school. It's still just thoughts now, because obviously I'm working on bringing everything back to like new now.
Yeah.
But there's gonna be a whole new villain and a lot of new allies that they're gonna run into. And there is one character that I want to eventually show off to my art account, but it's gonna be a while from now. His name is Randy. He's a Sasquatch, and I got my inspiration from him from like a gift that I seen on Instagram like way back when. It was like this werewolf, or like maybe it was a Sasquatch. I don't know what it was, but he's wearing exactly what he's wearing, what I saw in that picture. He has like a varsity coat and he wears jeans, and and I made it to where like he flies around like on this hoverboard or something, and he'll be like a main ally to Cool Guy and them in the new dimension where they're at, because they got to figure out how to get out of there too. And the new villain, he's going to be like a mafia boss or something. Do you know the movie called The Warriors?
Yeah.
Yeah, that it's going to be something like that, where it's like there's going to be a whole lot of gangs in the city, and like the mafia boss, the warlord of the whole city, he kind of like makes everyone fight each other.
Okay.
Something like that. And it gets to a point where Cool Guy and them, they're like, dang, like we gotta team up with the P Clan. So that's going to be like the main gist of like the whole thing. Like eventually everything's going to come together where they got to fight together just to defeat the final person. So as of right now, that's from that time from freshman year to now. That's really all I have right now is those stories. I have the 4 books that were online paper that are going to be remade now, starting with the first one coming up hopefully maybe by next summer, and then I'll make the next 4 and then finally finish the book and then jump into the next series with the dimension stuff.
Yo, that's fire. I just want to appreciate you for coming through here and sharing that story, sharing your journey, sharing all that, bro. I really do appreciate that shit. That shit really means a lot.
This is like the first time I ever like fully explained it to everyone. So
that's fire, man.
Thank you.
I appreciate every minute, every second of your time. I appreciate the Cool Guy. I appreciate everything about it. So could you tell them where they can find you at on social media?
BWSTUDIOSX. BWSTUDIOSX. Same as TikTok too, but I don't really use TikTok. So I use it, but it's not really my favorite thing. I never liked TikTok, but my friends were like, yo, bro, you should do that. You know, you'll blow up on there. Never happened. So I just stuck to Instagram, and you see where it got me.
Yeah, and that's the Cool Guy, baby. That's the Cool Guy.
Yo, what's good, man? This is BW, and you're watching the I Don't Care podcast. Why do I keep on messing up? Yo, man, this is BW, and you're watching the I Don't Care. I don't know why I can't lock in, bro. I'm sorry. Yo, man, this is BW, and you're watching I Don't Care What You Think podcast.